Hey everybody, Larry and Al, Search for Truth. We're back, number 65. 65, are you kidding me?
65, no job.
Yeah, 65. It's not 67, but it's 65. So anyway, this is Dr. Ron again, and we're going to continue on our discussion. Something came to my mind, and I'm going to ask you a question.
Okay.
Because we're talking about our kids and how, they're successful, but we can't just say it. We got to show them and that kind of thing.
Right.
So let me ask you, your parents, and because Al has talked about his dad and mom and the influences that he had on him and how he is the way he is and how he's grown and learned from them. What about your parents? Talk about your parents a little bit.
I had great parents. You can't beat having great parents.
Right.
I mean, talk about a handicap. Don't have great parents.
Yeah.
That's going to be the toughest handicap of all. My dad was always a hard-working guy. We lived back east in Massachusetts, and my dad worked for a company there, and he also worked as a caretaker of the owner of that company's property. So he's kind of working two jobs at the same time to make ends meet. Eventually, he got a job in transferred to California. So that's how we got here when I was a kid. But both my mom and dad always worked hard. I did not grow up with a lot of money or anything like that. I think I was talking to you maybe earlier, Al, talking about the fact that I had student loans. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I did not have wealthy parents. When I was going to college and going to optometry school, my dad was really struggling to make ends meet. So I actually worked when I was in optometry school as well. I washed windows, had my own window washing business.
Wow.
So, you do what you have to do. But that's because I saw my dad do it.
Yeah, you go.
I see my dad do it. I can remember when I was 16 years old, one of the most important things my dad ever taught me for a lesson, many lessons, of course. But when I turned 16, he said, I said, I want to work. I want to get a job. He says, where would you like to work? I said, what do you mean, where would I like to work? He goes, would you like to work down at this place or that place? I said, well, there's a department store right nearby. I wouldn't mind working there. He says, well, I'll tell you how to get a job there. I said, what do you mean? Because I'll tell you how to get a job in there. Go in and meet the owner, the manager of the place, and say, give him your name. Tell him that you're looking for a job, and he doesn't have to have anything right now. But just tell him you're willing to clean the potties, push the broom, do whatever he asks. And would it be okay if you check back in 2 weeks? So I did that a couple of times. And by the time, I was probably the third time I did it, the man said to me, his name was Mr. Duncan.
Wow.
Mr. Duncan said to me, he goes, I don't have anything for you right now. He said, but as soon as I do, you've got the job.
And you persist.
Yeah. But also just the technique, just the way. I didn't know how to do that.
Yeah.
Dad, I can get a job just by, I'll show you how to do it, he said.
Well, this is one of the things that we used to tell our kids, and when we give them that information, they would say, well, I don't know how to do this, I don't know how to do that. I said, well, you watch your little brothers and sisters, that's babysitting. Sometimes the girls, I said, you cook the meal. Well, that's food service, that kind of thing. But where did you grow up in California?
First of all, in Temple City area.
Okay, yeah. The football teams up there.
Temple City used to have just an amazing football.
Yeah, I remember.
Program.
Yeah.
They didn't have like 300 wins in a row or
something.
Some ridiculous thing. Yeah. So, but having parents to teach you, kind of encourage you, and when I think about it, my parents set such a good example for me. They never once had to check if I was doing my homework.
Right.
Not even once. It was always done. It was what was expected. I didn't find it to be a burden. I played sports and did all the things and worked. And played varsity sports. I worked, went to school. And but it was fine. Now thinking about it today, it makes me tired just thinking about it. But
we didn't take it for granted, because in my situation, my parents got divorced when I was 15, and I was 16. Someday I went to live with my uncle. Okay, my Uncle Alton was a general contractor, and me and my cousins, we laugh, and even to this, to this day, and he used to have us take the number from over here, stack it over there, stack it over here, back to here, pull the nails, but he kept us busy.
Sure.
And I remember, I never forget the time I asked him. We had a girl cousin. She did the books, and we were supposed to get at that time 50 cents an hour. And I asked him, I said, Uncle Alton, when you gonna pay me? He said, pay you? They said, boy, I put a roof over your head, food in your belly, and clothes on your back. What do you mean, pay you? And I said, I want to got me a part-time job, okay? But I wanted my money.
Job that pays, huh?
Yeah, but every Saturday morning, we was rain or shine, we was up. And at the time, we had enough skills that we could build a house from the foundation on up. But what I said to myself, I don't want to do this. And I mean, I need to go to college. I don't want to work with my hands. And that's what pushed me on to go to
Yeah, but you know what it's like.
Yeah, oh yeah. And I use that same mentality in doing my janitorial business and even going to work.
Mm-hmm.
Even going to my regular job.
Well, that's one of the components of our program was to help with job development, or career search, and learn, so that these young people could figure out what they wanted to do. And so the old part-time job or going out, my philosophy always was, look, you do this, then you realize what you don't want to do.
Mm-hmm.
So you eliminate that. Now you say, well, I don't want to be doing toilets or whatever, flipping burgers. So I want something. So, well, what do you need to do to take that next step?
Yeah, it's not going to come to you.
So we build on that. But I said, and my philosophy with I have 2 kids, also a girl and a woman and a man now. Yeah. But so our thing was, my wife and I was, we will pay for your schooling, and we will pay if you want to live off campus. We'll pay for your housing. But there's 2 things you have to do. One, you have to maintain at least 12 units, full-time student, and you have to get a part-time job. I don't care what it is. I don't care if you work 5 hours a week, but you have to have both. You can't do one. You can't eliminate. If you drop below the 12 units, or you don't have you don't get that job, then we're done. We're going to cut you off. Both my kids have advanced degrees, and they're both professionals. My son owns his own business, and he's doing really well. My daughter's a school psychologist for the school. So anyway, they're well schooled and very professional. I mean, in high paying professions, and but it was like, start with those little jobs, and they all did. They did that. They did work at the pizza place. My daughter ran an ice cream store for a while, and we were there to support her, but I think working teaches you more than sometimes even the formal education.
Oh, sure. Right, it does.
The work ethic, show up on time, finish the job, all these just basic things that a lot of people
you can't go out the night before. And all that.
You have to show up. You have, if you're there to open the door, you better be there to open the door. And
what if you don't learn that? Huh?
No. Yeah, well, that's where I think a lot of young people may fall off the wagon there because of it.
What generation are you?
Millennial?
Huh?
Millennial?
Yeah, I think
Millennial. Yeah. And then that's the.
We don't even know how to describe it, right?
Well, put it like this.
It's different than us.
We're boomers.
We're boomers.
The boomers are on their way out.
I know.
I'm
not a boomer.
What?
Great generation.
Great generation.
Are you?
Really? 46, right?
I'm 44.
What?
Okay.
Oh, 44.
All
Great
right.
generation. Yeah.
All right. Well, we're boomers, I guess.
Yeah.
54 for me. So.
Okay.
Yeah. But they have, by the environment that you're seeing, we did the civil rights thing, and then supposedly everything was equal, blah 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 blah. But they're more resident about the rights they have. I think.
What do you mean by that?
I mean that they want to have their rights, but they don't see what they don't see is underneath that. They don't see what's going on underneath the rights. Yeah, they may get their rights.
You talking about achievement to get the rights?
No, just it's the ability to be treated fairly. Okay. And I always go to my example is in football, and I always tell you about you got the guys that you don't hear about the white guys getting in trouble, do you? Playing football in sports, do you? It's always because the white guys when they went to college, they already had a car. Okay, they had spending money. You get what I'm saying? So when the black guys get you, that's a new experience for them. First time they had something. And when you first you start tasting the honey, what happens? You want more and more of the honey, but you don't know how the honey got there.
You don't know the history.
You don't know.
The foundation
No.
of the building. What came before you?
Okay, a good example. Let me tell you what. Michael Jordan was a good example of stayed in his lane. He's taken advantage. He took advantage of his abilities and everything. And I think that the thing that he said, there was somebody asked him about his politics one time. He said everybody buys my shoes, including Republicans. Everybody. You know, I mean, and he's taking.
So he doesn't say he doesn't see color. He doesn't see.
He's gonna green, baby.
It's just green. Green is his color.
Yeah,
gotcha. Republicans buy my shoes too.
Yeah. Okay, but when I was growing up, we were taught how to present ourselves in public, and understanding that no matter what the situation was, you needed to do twice as much as the other person that was there with you. You needed to do more and accept it.
Well, I think that's what you were talking about the millennials, right?
Mm-hmm.
So like I have 5 grandchildren, 2 fifth graders, a 3rd grader, and 2 second graders. Anyway, so we're pretty much involved with them, and what we're hearing and seeing in some respects is that the toughness in the classroom, and students are more disrespectful, and so I think that a lot of these parents they have this entitlement or whatever it is, and then it's feeding down to the kids, and the kids, I don't have to do that. I don't have to listen to you. I don't have to, I don't have to follow.
Well, that's not how I grew up.
Well, right. That's what I'm saying. But it's a different generation in some respects. Not all of them, but there are those kids that are disciplinary problems, and again, if you trace it back, you can trace it back to some of these parents who maybe don't understand that history.
I remember when I first got out of college, and me and Shoemate were coaching and stuff like that. That's when they started giving. They used to give away the most valuable player, blah blah blah. That's when they started going to participation.
Oh yeah.
Okay, and I was saying to myself, well, the kid didn't earn shit. Excuse my French. He didn't earn nothing, but he participated. But what did he earn? Okay, and so then that breaks all the way down. And it's like I was telling you, I was in El Medina, '97. I was in El Medina, and it got to the fact that all the guys had to pay $500 package for the uniforms and everything like that, and we tried to get everybody involved in the program. But you coach sports. There's some guys that don't have the skills. But like I used to tell Coach, I said, Coach, we got to find a place to play him because his parents paid $500. Yeah. Okay, and I mean, that's what you're thinking about. Okay?
And that part has definitely changed.
Yeah.
I mean, I can't even imagine what it costs to play football, for example, at high school level. What the cost is.
I think the last, and this was a long time ago. And you think about today's. I say in today's equipment and stuff like that, it's about $3,000 per kid. I'd say
that a parent would have to pay out of pocket.
If they had to pay out of pocket. Okay, but the district depends on what district you're going to.
Your point about, these football teams carry, 60, 70 kids, but maybe only 30 of them are playing.
Yeah.
But those parents are
paying whatever the fees are
to have their kids stand on the sideline or practice during the week, but never see the field. I can't. I don't know what I'm out of that realm.
Well, you remember you coached a year over at Garden Grove, and you saw it.
Yeah,
but you saw it firsthand.
Yeah, but I didn't know what the financial aspects of what. But I know there were, I could say, a lot of fundraising and trying to find money to make those programs go. But some programs, they could get it at the gate. They can fill their stadiums. In modern day, can fill that Santa Ana Bowl every week, and they're making lots of money, and they can bring those players in.
Well, think about this. Every parent, and I did Little League over there. Every parent thinks their kid is the one.
Yeah, of course.
Okay, and I remember when I used to, people used to say, "Well, how come you didn't put your daughters up for All Stars?" Like, coach, coach. I said because they didn't deserve to be All Stars. I mean, just because I'm there, that doesn't mean that they deserve to be an All Star. But you know, the biggest shock to me because I was coaching, I didn't have any kids on the team, baseball. So we go into to choose the All Stars, and the one I had one of the kids on my team was a second baseman. His mom and dad were the president of the Little League, and he was. I mean, and we started over here. We ended up over here, and he had skills in and I nominated him for All Stars. They didn't go for him. And one guy, kid, sat on the bench all the whole year, and he said, "My kid's going to be an All Stars because I'm spending my time here."
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So I said, "Oh."
So well, we're on sports a little bit, and I know when I mentioned about what we might talk about, and we're talking about this national championship, and you got kind of excited. Let's talk about that.
Yeah.
So let's talk about that team, because I'm going to tell you what, I'm going to give you my 2 cents worth.
Go ahead,
You guys run with it.
Indiana.
In Indiana, I've watched a lot of football. I coach football. I played football.
Yeah.
I love football. It's been a long time, if ever, that I can remember a team as complete as that team is on both sides of the ball.
Amen.
Special teams, coaching. I mean, they are
Firing on all cylinders.
unbelievable.
Yeah.
So, what is the difference? What was the recipe for this team's such success?
I think
turnaround, if you will.
I think.
Well, I tell you, they really.
Go ahead.
Well, the coaching obviously is incredible.
Right.
Yeah.
That guy's kind of an interesting guy to look at.
He is. He's a hoot. He is a hoot. I just love that.
He barely smiled when they won.
No, I mean they scored a touchdown. He just going about it. Okay, what's next? Now we're worried about we got to worry about the kickoff.
Yeah. But you tell you what's so ironic. Let me tell you what's so ironic. The team that he left made the playoffs too. Okay, JMU.
Yeah.
Okay, that's
he left Madison University.
Yeah, he left there and he brought them up to the level of being able to play football that they would be able to make.
What's the difference? What is he? What's
old school, baby? Van Horbeck.
Okay.
We'll go back.
Do you remember Van Horn? You grew up in Orange County?
Yeah.
You been the Anaheim High School was the many years?
No. Maybe those years I wasn't in Orange County.
Okay, think about the coach at Temple.
Yeah.
Okay. What he had some.
Yeah. What did he have?
He had something that would get those guys. Each year they would change, but he would always have a team ready to go.
But once you get the momentum going, it's a lot better to keep it going. But obviously discipline, right?
Right.
Hard discipline. Know what your expectations are.
Right.
Practice hard, no matter how talented you are.
And everybody had a stake.
The team mentality.
They never took a day off. I bet they never took.
I think you're dedicated. So I guess you could probably look at almost all successful teams and find the same ingredients in them. I mean, obviously you have to have the talent,
right?
But you also have to work hard with your talent. You have to also be dedicated to the rest of the team members. You have to be very respectful of the coach. I mean, imagine if you don't.
But those are hard. That's what. But so the kind of talking about that. What made me think about that is like this whole generation of kids that. They don't have respect necessarily for the authority or whatever. They're not going to listen. They're going to do their own thing. It takes a special individual.
They get paid now. Wait a minute. They get paid now, and you can see the selfishness and the ones that feel that they go into the portal even after winning.
Yeah.
Because they're chasing the dollar.
It's a lot of dollars. It's a lot of temptation.
And like I said. We talked about Arch Manning. Okay, Arch Manning already had money before he even went to Texas. You get what I'm saying? He already but he was getting. I think he was getting when I saw it, $5 million a year.
Yeah. $5 million.
Yeah. $5 million a year, and the thing about it, he didn't need $5 million. He was already, but what I liked about Arch Manning, in the way he was taught, is that he made a commitment, and he didn't start right away.
Yeah, no.
And he didn't act this way or that way or whatever way. He did what the coach told him to do. Then when he got his chance, he went in and did what he needed to do. Okay, that's the way football was. Okay.
Well, those are the guys that are going to be good,
Yes.
right?
Oh yes.
At the end of the day, because the rest of them are prima donnas.
Yes.
They think more highly of themselves than they should.
Okay. Why did Philadelphia? They won it last year. Why did they win it this year?
Something happened. I can't.
Okay. Then you know what happened?
Yeah, what happened?
I'll tell you. AJ Brown.
Okay.
He wanted to be the straw that stirred the drink. Okay, and the coach is a jerk. He's weak as I don't know what. He's weak as weak tea. Okay, but he is running up and down, glad handing instead of coaching. So somebody else is he's not running the team. Okay, like as opposed to the Bears. I mean, I was shocked that the Bears did, but the guy Johnson is a hell of a coach.
Well, that's that was definitely the turnaround
Okay,
for that team. Yeah.
Okay, he engendered his philosophy.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, the things that you think about this. The year before they were crap.
Yeah.
Okay,
And it's the same personnel. The Bears is the same team as they were.
And the quarterback was in La La Land.
Right.
Okay, so he brought them from over here to over here. Same thing he did with the Detroit Lions.
But see, you have to. But as a coach, you have to get that team to buy into that, and he has some kind of ability to bring them in. Because, like I said, personnel-wise, that Bears is the same team as it was the year before when they were nothing.
But like Ron said, he set an example.
Yeah.
He set the example for them to follow, the template. Okay?
So,
I mean, and you know, we're talking about, okay, Bear Bryant. Okay, Bear Bryant set the template for all those guys all those coaches to be able to coach. Saban, what did he, when he went to Alabama, what did he do? He had a template. Okay?
never deviated.
Never deviated from it. Okay? I mean, come on now. You take your starting quarterback out, and you put the next guy in to win, and the starting quarterback is the best quarterback.
Right.
Okay? But then he stayed there one more year.
Right.
Okay? You do what you need to do and go down the line. And it's been proven that he was the better quarterback all the way down the line. But he kept all of that together to keep his team keep on going forward. Next man up situation. Next man up.
Well, those guys are pretty good at being able to do that, aren't they?
Yes.
I mean,
And that's why they get the big bucks.
Yeah. And they get the big bucks, don't they?
No.
But on the other hand, they are different than the other guy. I mean, they have that it factor, and it really pays off.
Yeah.
It's really fun to watch that, though.
Oh, yeah.
And a lot of them are very different as well.
No.
As you know. I mean, you see the coach of Indiana.
Oh, man.
His dour, straight-faced.
And he was no nonsense.
No nonsense.
They were no nonsense.
Yeah, they were no nonsense. They were all about business.
They got on that. I mean, I was looking at them and said, "Oh, this reminds me of the old days."
Yeah.
And, you know, everybody was in the right spot where they were needed to be. Game tackling.
Yeah, because they were really a group of overachievers. They weren't really players.
They didn't have no 5-star guys.
No, definitely not. I mean, the quarterback, he's pretty good. I kind of really.
Okay, but you know what the quarterback?
I think
the year
he's
before,
pretty
you know where he came from? Cal.
Yeah.
He was up at Cal, and because I know David went to Cal, and what happened from there, Cal to here? To Cal, football is not a thing. Okay, you get what I'm saying?
Right.
Which is it's okay.
Yeah.
You're not gonna spend no money on football.
Right.
Okay, because they're an academic institution, supposed to be.
Yeah.
But no, man.
Well, it's interesting to look at some of these teams. Look at the Patriots.
Oh.
You know, with a Vernon. You know, I mean, Vrabel's obviously a very good coach.
He's a real good coach.
I mean,
Really good coach.
He's old school.
Take those young guys like that. But talk about a different background. Belichick.
Yeah.
I mean, Belichick and Brady, that's quite a combination they have there. Ultra disciplined.
Yes.
Of course, Brady was, I guess, going to be that disciplined guy, period. Anyway, everything from what he eats, how he exercises, every part of it. That obviously catches on with the rest of the team.
Especially the guys,
you know.
Yeah.
So
Because they were, again, if you look at the Patriots, their run, again, a bunch of overachievers. I mean, they had a few stars on their team come and go, but really,
Everybody was in the right spot
Yeah.
at the right time.
right. Yeah, yeah.
Well, they lose a receiver.
Mhm.
Brady's going to hit the new guy.
Right.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
So the expectation, the skill level, it's all there.
Yeah.
Mental attitude, hard
Yeah.
work,
Well,
And nothing beats hard work.
no.
and they of course not giving up as well, right?
Right.
Yeah. Those fourth quarter
Yeah,
comebacks.
always.
Yeah.
Because I knew when in the fourth quarter, if he was a touchdown below, or
Oh, they win. They're
they're
going to win.
gonna
They're going
win.
to win.
Okay, because he's gonna hit the right guy, he's doing the
Yeah.
right stuff. Yeah.
I used to watch those Patriots when
Mhm.
Brady was there. It's like if they're within a touchdown,
Yeah.
within like 2 minutes,
Yeah.
they're likely going to win.
You're gonna win.
But it
Yeah.
wasn't that moment. It was everything he had
Yeah.
done to prepare
Yeah.
in the
And the
past.
guys were prepared.
Yeah.
It said, "Hey, we got confidence in him,
Right.
and all we have to do is do what we need to do, our jobs."
Yeah,
That's
because
all.
really, when Brady left, when he left to go to Tampa Bay, Belichick, he didn't have the success.
and he
anymore.
didn't have. You know what? Okay, think about this. He didn't have that link to him. Okay, there was nobody that he could push on to do his work on the field. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, one cog is out of the
Yeah.
wheel there, and it's like it's not going to work so well anymore.
Yeah. Because we made Dan Horvath so back in the day. This is a high school coach who was he was a tough guy. Anaheim High School.
Core right in the downtown Anaheim.
Yeah.
Back,
And he
now.
he didn't pass the ball. He ran the ball.
Well, that's how football used to be
Yes,
played, right?
yeah. It used to be, and he ran the ball up and down the field. Okay, but he won championship after championship.
Yeah, he was something else for sure.
Well, the game has changed though.
Oh,
huh?
she's
Putting that ball in the air all the time,
all
like
the
that.
time, and these guys are stronger and bigger.
Well, I'll tell you, we were at a high school football game here this year.
Mhm.
You see this young guy from Huntington Beach. I don't even know his name.
Mhm.
I believe he's a junior, and he's the biggest kid on the team.
Mhm.
Looks like he's probably the best athlete on the team. He's playing quarterback,
Mhm.
and he reels back and he drops back to his 40,
Mhm.
and he throws a bomb all the way to the end zone
Mhm.
for a score.
Yeah.
The ball hit the receiver in the end zone.
Yeah.
So he heaved it all that way. Now, the part that's interesting about that to me was they practiced that.
Yes.
You know, in high school,
Right.
throwing a 60-yard bomb.
And-
It was more than 60 because he was throwing it across the field.
Yeah,
as well.
okay.
right.
You know,
Right.
wow.
Yeah,
And that's how much it has advanced.
Yeah.
I mean, these guys are. Sometimes I think they overwork them because one of the things when I was growing up, I played 3 sports. Now it's either you're committed to one sport in high school. I mean,
Pretty much, yeah.
because of the time frame all year round and all those kind of stuff. Yeah. But no, it is changed. It is changed.
All right, well, we're going to wrap up 65 here, so we're going to do another one, but stand by. Again, Larry, Al,
Al.
Ron, and we will be back. Peace out. Those of you that are out there listening, subscribe to our page so that you can get the notifications of when we're going to record again.